Okay, so in this video, you're going to learn all about idioms, and specifically idioms that you should use more and idioms that you shouldn't use as much. These are really going to help your English skills and help you improve your speaking to be more like a native speaker. Stick with me until the end of the video because some of these are going to blow your mind. So, are there any bad idioms? Well, no, not at all. So, you can still use any idiom to help you express yourself. However, I want to show you how to use some idioms in a more natural way. As always, there is a free PDF that goes along with this lesson. The link is in the description. Okay, so let's get started. These idioms are going to be a piece of cake. Yes, and that is the first one that we are going to start with. A piece of cake. A piece of cake, this means something is easy to do. Here is an example of this idiom. The test was a piece of cake. I'm sure I got top marks. Now this one is certainly going into our common idiom box. There is also another one that has the same meaning as a piece of cake, and that is easy peasy lemon squeezy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy means that something is easy to do. However, as adults, we do not use this at all. This is mostly used for children. Let's take a look at this example here. I tidied up my toys. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So as you can see, it is mainly used for children. So this is our first entry on the uncommon idiom list. The next one we're going to look at is to give someone stick. And no, it doesn't mean to give someone a branch from a tree. It actually means to criticize, judge, or disapprove of someone for doing something. For example, my parents gave me a lot of stick for dropping out of university. And yes, my parents would also do the same thing. I think this is a great one for us to use, and it deserves a place on the common idiom list. The next one that we don't use at all, and it will probably come as a surprise to many of you, that is, it's raining cats and dogs. Yes, we don't use it much at all. The reason being is that there are many other phrases and examples that we can use. For example, it's hammering down, or it's chucking it down. Chucking is an informal way of saying throw. So that's why this one goes on our uncommon list. The next one is one that I like to use. And some of you may have noticed this in the animated video from the other day. And that is, what's the damage? Now, this is an informal way of asking how much you have to pay for something. For example, okay, waiter, what's the damage? This is definitely one that is going on our common idiom list. Another one that we can put on this list is to go pear-shaped. This means that something has gone wrong. For example, a pear is kind of a strange shape and it doesn't look perfect. It looks like it has gone wrong, or it's an apple that has gone wrong. For example, the music festival went pear-shaped when the main band cancelled. This idiom is also going on our common list. The next one we've got is an old one, and for that reason it is not used anymore. And that one is the bee's knees. This means that something is excellent or of high quality. However, nowadays we wouldn't use this, and it's much more common for us to use a simple word instead, such as awesome. For example, the snow on the mountain today was awesome. So, for that reason only, this one has to join our uncommon idiom list. The next one is a great one that we use in sport or competition, and that is wipe the floor with someone. This means to defeat someone or a team in a humiliating way. For example, I can see why they are the best team. They wiped the floor with us 5-0. Could you imagine being used as a floor cloth? Not very nice. However, it is an excellent idiom for us to use, and that's why it is going on our common idiom list. The next idiom that we're going to look at is birds of a feather flock together. This means that the same type of people usually stick or stay together. This idiom is just not used at all much these days, and also it is a little bit difficult to fit into a sentence in a conversation. So for that reason, it is going to join our uncommon idiom list. The next one is a great one, and one of my favorite ones as well, and that is donkey's years. This means for a long time or a very long time. Actually, this idiom probably originated from donkey's ears, because donkey's ears are quite long, and also in rhyming slang, ears could be rhymed with years. Let's take a look at an example. We need to meet up soon. I haven't seen you in donkey's years. This is definitely going on our common idiom list. Now it's time for one that I use with my daughter a lot, and that is eyes bigger than one's belly. This means that you have more food on your plate than you can actually finish or eat. For example, that's too much. Your eyes are bigger than your belly. We can use this a lot when the situation is related with food, and therefore it deserves a spot on our common idiom list. Okay, now it's time for the second to last idiom, and that is neither here nor there, which means that something doesn't matter. For starters, this idiom is quite confusing, even for native people sometimes. And secondly, it's very difficult to put this into everyday conversations. It is far more common for us to use either it doesn't matter or don't worry about it. For example, I spilt some wine on your carpet. Don't worry about it. So, because of these reasons, this idiom belongs on our uncommon idiom list. And now for the last idiom, which is going to go on our common idiom list, because we're going to finish on a positive, of course. And this idiom is fingers crossed. This means to hope or wish for something to happen. It is one that I use all the time, and I'm sure you've heard me say it many times as well. Here's an example. Fingers crossed, more people subscribe to my channel. And there you go. This one belongs on our common idiom list. As you can see there, we have got 8 idioms on our common list and 5 idioms on our uncommon list. Of course, you can use all of these idioms if you would like to. These are just some examples of when we can use idioms for many everyday conversations, and examples of some idioms where they may be a little bit too old, outdated, or just not used very much in daily conversations. I hope you like this video, and please let me know which of the idioms was your favorite and leave an example in the comments down below. Also, if you want to learn real conversation, check out this video here. It's an animated video all about ordering in a coffee shop and a restaurant.